Hello my gorgeous babes out there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for watching today. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the eyeshadow palette collection tag. I was inspired to do this video after watching Angelica Nikovis's video, and she did a collaboration with Katie Marie. So then I ended up watching her video and I was like, I want to do this. So the original creator of the tag is Angelica Liramar, but Angelica Nikovis and Katie Marie decided to do a twist on it, and they did a challenge where they would pick a shadow from each palette they talked about and put it on their eyes and create a look. So I thought that would be a fun challenge to do as well. So if you guys are interested in seeing all of that, then keep on watching. Alright loves, I hope you guys are all doing well. Here we are. I'm excited to do this tag because I think it will definitely challenge myself to create a look with a lot of eyeshadows and try to do something different, and just like as a challenge. I don't know. Sometimes you just want to have fun. Sometimes you just want to play with makeup, have no rules, have no structure, and just see what you end up creating. And that's why I was inspired to do this tag. Now I will leave Angelica Nikovis's video below. I will leave Katie Marie's video below, as well as the original creator Angelica Liramar. All of their videos will be below, as well as all the questions from the tag. There are 8 questions, so it's 8 palettes, 1 look. So we are going to do this challenge, and hopefully I do not fail miserably, so wish me luck. So I'm gonna pull up the questions on my phone here, and we're just gonna dive on in. So the first question is, if I would pick an eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents me color story wise. So this is the palette I picked, and the reason why is the color story is everything I like and gravitate to. I love jewel tones. I love to get smoky and deep with colors, and they have a bunch of deep mattes in here. I like to play with pressed glitters, and there are some multi-chromes in here. So it had everything that I love and gravitate to, and the kind of colors I like to play with. So I'm gonna take Egg Balmy. I don't even know how to say that. I hope I'm not butchering that. If you know how to say it, let me know in the comments below. And I'm just gonna use that on the outer corner because we need to fit 8 shadows on my eyes today. So I'm just going to use that to deepen. Of course, I can come back and fix things, but I'm just trying to lay down the shadow. I swear, I hope I don't fail miserably. Okay, so that's where I think I'm going to leave the shadow for now. So the next question is, if I would pick an eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents me packaging. This right here is the Flamingo eyeshadow palette from Violet Voss, and I'm just into all things tropical. I love novelty packaging. I have things with flamingos on it, things with palm trees on it. The flip-flops, I mean, this is just my lifestyle. I came from growing up in Hawaii, and I thought, this is it. Like, look at it. This is me in a palette. So we're going to go into, what am I doing? Watermelon? Yes, we're gonna go into watermelon in this one. So I'm just gonna put it right here, just like in the center crease. So I'm just gonna lay it right there. Like I said, I can come back and work on the shades afterwards. And the next question is, if I would pick an eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents spring. And I have the perfect one. This is from Udin's Eye. This is the Elva 2 eyeshadow palette, and you'll see I mentioned this in my eyeshadow palettes that are perfect for spring, like my spring palettes, and I will link that video below. I'll put it up in the corner, and I did mention this palette in there just because it has the pastels, all the bright colors, and the more like creamy colors, and then it has a little pop of neutral. So I definitely think of spring when I look at this. I'm gonna go into green tea. I'm gonna get a smaller brush, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the edge of the green. That's the only thing I can think of right now that I could possibly do with this palette. Wow, do you see that? Green tea is so pigmented and vibrant for a, you know, pastel green. I just love Udin's Eye's formula. I've done review videos on their palettes before. I will link them below if you want to see more about them. So let's get on to the next question. I feel like I'm rushing through this because I feel like this video could be a million years if I keep talking. So the next one is, if I would pick an eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents happy. And I recently just got this in the mail, and this one right here is the Trending in Tokyo palette from BH Cosmetics. But when I look at this, I get so happy with the bright colors, the vivid colors, like everything about this is happiness to me. So I think I'm gonna go into karaoke. Yeah, karaoke. I'm gonna clean this brush up that I used the light green, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion. And use that part with just the pop of yellow. Did I tell you? Yeah, it's karaoke. I think that will work. Let me put it in the inner portion too. I probably should have did that with the other shadows. I think for now, I'll come back if I need to add like the top shadows down here. So I really don't know what I'm doing next. So then the next question, which is number 5, if you would pick an eyeshadow palette in your collection that represents the dark and grungy in me, and that would be the Lethal Cosmetics Velvet Dust palette. I feel like this is a very grungy palette, more on like the muted grungy side. I love that there's some depth in here, but like these grungy greens, grungy like mustardy yellows. I love these kind of shades, these more like grungy browns, and then I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna repeat myself over and over, but I really like Lethal Cosmetics formula. I did do a review on this palette. I'll link it below. I'll put it up in the corner, but I just think it's such a nice grungy color story, and it definitely speaks to that side of me. So now that we're here, oh dear, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Think fast, think fast. I think I want to use this green shimmery shade, which I don't even know what it's called because the names aren't on here. But this shade right here, the green shimmery shade in the palette. So what I'm going to do is lay down a little bit of glitter primer, because I know I need glitter primer. It's just part of my life here. And I'm just going to cover my whole lid because, I mean, the whole rest of my lid's going to be shimmer, I'm sure. Let's now dig into this green shimmery shade, and I'm going to use that on the edge here. Just the edge to meet where that green is. I'll bring it a little bit down. So the next one on the list, we are going into question number 6. It says, if I would pick a eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents the girly in me, and that for sure would be the Vivid Rose palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I mean, look at the packaging. It's super girly and feminine. Even the name, Vivid Rose. And then in here, I mean, come on. It's all pinks and purples. And these kind of colors just make me think of girly and feminine. So I think I'm going to use the pink, this light pinky shade. And yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to use the pinky shade called Pink Rosé. Just put it here in the center. So I'm just kind of matching up where the matte color that corresponds to it. So where the pink matte is. Just going to mesh them all together. Like I said, I'm going to come back and fix all of this. So I think that's good for now. It's such a beautiful pink shimmery metallic. And then let's go on to the next question. If I would pick an eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents fun. And I had a lot of palettes that I think is fun in my collection, but this one, come on, it's not fun. Ice cream and the sprinkles, but it's really the color story that is so fun and cute. And I love all the pastels in here. I love the shimmers, the metallics, the formula is so good. I just love this. I get so happy too when I look at this. And I think that this is such a fun palette. So the next shade, I'm gonna go with Lemon. Gosh, I'm predictable, right? I mean, that yellow in the inner part. So I'm going to just pick that up and use that all in the inner portion. Yes, this is working out. The look is working out surprisingly. I was really worried because I didn't want to like plan out the look because I felt like it's more fun to challenge yourself and just pick on the spot, you know, and just hope it works out. I think that's the fun part of doing a challenge. So going on to the last question, and that is, if I would pick an eyeshadow palette in my collection that represents inspiration, and I've talked about this so many times on my channel, it would be the Mirete palette from Melt. I'm always inspired when I look at this color story because it's so freaking unique. I'm just always inspired to do something different, to mix different colors, because this is just not a like color story you see in a lot of palettes, and it has so many deep shades. They do the deep shades in this so well. The quality formula, this is one of Melt's good palettes, and I just like the mixture. Like every time I look at it, I can't wait to mix the look up and create something new every time. But for this look, I mean, what would I use? I think I'm gonna be like so simple and just use the Kalaka shade, which is my least favorite shade in the palette, but I feel like it makes the most sense for this look. So I'm going to use that just as my inner corner highlight. But I'm gonna wet this brush because I feel like the shade is just really like on the chunky side and a little dry. That's why I don't like it. But I'm just gonna stick that right here and use that as my inner corner highlight. That works. I feel like I picked up too much shadow though. And just put it there. So I think this worked out. So what I want to do is go back with the matte and mimic them on the bottom, which I should have done in the beginning, but I didn't know what I was going to be doing with the shadows. So I'm going to go back into the Egg Balmy shade in the Wahala 2 palette from Juvia's Place and just use that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back into the Flamingo palette, into the Watermelon shade, and put that in the center. And then I'm going to go back into the yellow shade that was in the trending in Tokyo and go back into Karaoke and use that here. Just build it up in case we lost some of it. There we go. I created a look with 8 palettes. I love this. So I'm going to figure out something for the waterline, create a wing, put on some mascara, figure out a lippy, and then we can wrap up this challenge. Alright my love bugs, here's the finished look, and I think it came out so good. I am so shocked that I was able to create a look with 8 palettes and just do it on the spot and wing it. I did not pre-plan for this video. I did not pick the shadows I was going to use in each palette first. I wanted this to be a challenge and I wanted to just wing it, figure out something on the spot, because I felt like that would be more challenging and more fun to see what I could end up creating and just picking as I go. And I think this look was so cohesive. It looked so fun and juicy and bright and fruity-esque, and it ended up matching my earrings, so I'm so happy how it turned out. But how I completed this look was I went in with the Shockwave liner from LA Girl. This is in the shade Screamin'. I just ran that bright yellow shade. And then for the wing that I did, I used the Nabla Cereal liner. Then I went in with my usual mascara, the Major Pleasure mascara from Nabla. And then for my lips, I went in with the Ace Beauté Be Peachy lip liner, and I topped it over with the House Laboratories lip gloss and Le Riot, just to have a nice juicy pout. But that is how I completed everything. Let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy this video? Do you like challenge videos and makeup tags? I would love to hear from y'all. All your feedback definitely helps me know what kind of videos you want to see on my channel. And if you're new here and you like fashion, makeup, beauty, and all that fun stuff, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family we got going on. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to check out the description below. I'll have all the questions linked. I'll have all the videos from the creators that I mentioned. Angelica Nikovic's video, you can see her look. That was so much fun, as well as Katie Marie's. She did such a fun, colorful look, as well as the original creator of the tag, Angelica Liramar. So definitely check out their channels. They're all amazing. And I will also link videos that you might be interested in, and all the videos that I mentioned throughout the video will be linked below, as well as my Instagram. If you want to check me out there, I am at Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. I would love for you guys to join my Instagram fam as well. But that was everything, guys. I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you love and light. But until next time, bye guys.